Hey everybody, this is Nicky from the Backyard Babies. You are watching Underkill TV.
Welcome to Underkill TV, joined with a man who needs no introduction whatsoever, Nick from the Backyard Babies. Nick, how are you doing? Good to see you.
And I'm good. No introduction whatsoever. Maybe for a few new kids out there.
Well, I know a lot of the viewers have always asked when we've done interviews, who would you like to see? And this has been a few years ongoing. Backyard Babies. So we finally got you, and really humbled to have you on the show.
Cool, thank you very much. It's great to be here.
And how's the tour going with Black Star Riders and Gun? It must be nice to be out playing these big venues.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's when we first got the offered the tour, we were kind of like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know Ricky really well, and I think Black Star Riders is really cool, and the new album is great and everything. And but still, you're not sure about support, because it's always hard for us to find a good band to tour with. We're sometimes too big or sometimes too small. We're like somewhere in the middle. And we needed more tours in the UK before the next album. With this comeback thing, whatever. So we're like, fuck, let's do it. This should be great. And it's way above our expectations so far. And the whole purpose by doing a tour like this is actually to play in front of a lot of new people that maybe heard about the band but never really seen us and maybe wouldn't go see us and stuff. So I would say everything from between, let's say 70% of the people every night, which is a lot, I'm pretty sure never seen the Backyard Babies, or they maybe seen us a very long time ago, whatever, when we were here the first times in the UK. So for them, it's like I think we're gaining a lot of new fans every night. And also we're pumping the crowd for the Black Star Riders show, so it's really a good tour.
And it must be hard for you guys because you don't get a massive set time, so it must be with a back catalogue like you've got. I mean, putting stuff from the new album in as well as all your old classics, it must be hard to pick a set. I mean, how long do you get out there?
You think it's hard? We're getting old. We're kind of like, yeah, it's only 30 minutes. Just. No. Well, we played 30 minutes for a few shows, but mostly it's 40 minutes. And we tried to just we changed around the set list a little bit. Yeah, actually we do, because of various reasons. But we have a most list, a few of songs is the same every night. And we play one or two new songs, and then we try to just mix the hit songs, whatever you want to call them, from our various albums, and with some old goodies, so it's kind of cool.
Excellent. And obviously you guys come back, as you say, you come back after a break in 2015 with 4x4, which was a great album. Is there any plans to follow that up? Is there any ideas floating around, or have you started writing maybe?
We started to write, and it's for us. It's like Social Distortion we talked about before. It's a very slow process. We like to take our time in one way, but we also want to speed it up and hurry up a bit. But damn, it's like so much stuff going on all the time, and once in a while we found some time, we go down to the studio and we write and we record, and everything we touch and what we do right now, it sounds amazing, so it's nothing. That is not the problem. The problem is just to find time. There are all four of us, we really need to drag ourselves together. I think that was, I can't remember who said it. Yeah, I think it was Lars Ulrich said that about, the new Metallica album, whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter what size of a band you are, getting the four guys, or how many you are in the band, together, and you just have to fucking do it. Go up, make breakfast, send the fucking kids to school because you're getting older and you have all this family stuff going on, but then go to fucking work. I mean, the album is not going to write itself. Something like that is said, and it's the same thing for us. We just need to be very focused, and because it's no like late night lying around at 12 nighttime getting inspired by some music demon. That's not happening these days. You just need to work, But with that said, when we do work, it's the stuff we've written so far. It sounds amazing. So knock knock. I think that maybe we're looking to see a new release by the end of this year, and not an album, but a new release, and an album somewhere next year.
That's excellent. And what is the plans for the Backyard Babies towards the summer now? We're getting into spring, summer. Is there going to be festivals and everything lined up all through Europe and things like that?
We have a few festivals booked and a few shows here and there booked, and is that me or you? It's you. Must be. And we also have some announcements that I can't make, unfortunately, right now, which I cross my fingers, really hope is going to be ready to be announced next week. And Dragon is doing some helicopter stuff as well, which he announced that a long time ago, so we are okay with that. He's doing a few shows, and there might be more stuff as well. Yeah, and then it's just writing new songs the rest of the year after the summer. We want to come back. We want to come back and do headline shows again in Europe, But I think it's a good idea to have at least a few new songs out, or maybe an whole album, because that's what we always done. But also it's really it's the music scene, or the industry, I should say, has been changing so much over the last couple of years. As one of the reasons why we took a break in the first place, because we were like fed up with seeing it all fucking crashing down. Like the old school that we were, used to, and it's still really, it's hard to ask for the money, to spend all that money and be in the studio to record, write an album, and then the record companies don't even want to fucking press it, They're like, it's better to release it digital, and you have a whole new behavior of listening to music when it comes to streaming, right? And it goes for you and me, I think, as well, because you don't really sit down and put on a streaming service and listen to a whole album. You listen to a few songs here and there. You make your playlist and blah blah blah. So, by that said, it's I don't know, the album thing. We need to rethink a lot how we make an album these days, and how much time and energy you want to spend on the whole album. Maybe it's better to release a few songs over the whole year or whatever, and eventually it's going to add up to an album, and maybe you put them all together for a collector's item thing, but you release them digital, like here songs here and there. No, I think it's weird, but I don't really know. So
another thing I was going to ask, Nick, I mean, with the band in the position you are now, before you took your break, where I think you recorded up to the self-titled album, and then you went on a break. What's different this time round now then with you guys? I mean, you're in a better place with yourself now. It's been, like you said, you were sober and drug-free and everything. Yeah. Can you see a difference this time round that when you've all come back together, touring like the 4x4 and out now?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's a big difference, of course, and I was really the whole decision of bringing back the band. It sounds like a bit like it's all my decisions, but it was my decision to take a break, and it was also my decision to get back together in a way. And me and Dragan have been working like really close on these decisions as well, like agreeing that we should do that and we should do that. So, but one thing that I was a bit worried about was the touring part, because it was one part why I started to feel really miserable was the touring part. I was sober and drug free, and I felt like the useless and meaningless of everything, and people were just completely dicks around me. And going back on the road after 4 years, I was on the road with my solo project, but not like that. But it was really, really cool. It was the other way around. I was like super comfortable in everything, and people around me was like really paying the respect that you need to work as a unit in a bus or on the stage or on the road in general, and we picked some really good crew and everything. I mean, yeah, big difference, but then again not, I think it's just you're looking at it from another perspective. I think my only problem today is that I'm thinking ahead too much, because I got a lot of I don't lie around being hungover all day. I'm not out all night looking for drugs, blah blah blah. So you get, obviously you release a lot of time to do other stuff. I try to write on the road, but that's still kind of hard, So, but and I think that a lot of people that have seen us play throughout the last now 2 years has been really shocked about. We are getting older, but we're more energetic today than we were like 5, 6, 7 years ago. and that's a good thing, you know. So obviously it has, you know, try to take care of myself so I can put on a badass show every night. So we can play longer than 40 minutes next time.
Well, that's one thing I always remember. I watched you guys at Download. It must have been about 2009, I think. And you know, you really, because the energy, you were in one of the smaller stages, and the energy you guys give off, especially through songs like Degenerated, like had the tent absolutely bouncing. It was, you know, so I know how much it is about more than just playing. It's a show.
It's funny you mentioned that gig because I remember that gig, and I don't remember really the gig, but I remember sitting backstage after talking to my friend, and she said that it feels like you don't want to do this right now, and I mean because she's probably seen the Babies maybe 50 times or whatever, you know. She's seen us from being a small band in the UK the first time to grow here and being supporting ACDC or whatever, stuff like that. So she was. She could tell, like, you know, this was like, you're not there, you don't want to do this, you're not happy, this is just going by routine, you know. Maybe the routine is so good and was still like putting so much professional stuff into the gig, so it didn't really, you know, but the ones who seen me many times could tell that already, and that happened at Download, I remember, you know. So but then we came back to do Download in 2015 now, and that was like a bit of a fuck-up gig because of all the technology that broke down. But apart from that, it was amazing to see the crowd, and everybody was really happy about seeing us there again. I love Download.
And one thing I wanted to ask you, you touched on, you guys supported AC/DC on the Stiff Upper Lip tour, I believe. What's been your personal highlight, Nick, in the years the Back Of Baby's going? I mean, I'm sure that one's up there, supporting AC/DC. What has been your own personal highlight?
That's always such a hard question to answer. I think, well, it always a big highlight when you accomplish things that you dreamt of as a kid. Let's say you had all these Made in Japan albums, Live in Japan, blah blah blah. Good Evening Tokyo. You want to say that like at least once, and now I said it so many times. And it's like first time going to Japan, first time going to the States, first time playing in LA. And you know, stuff like that. Those gigs, even if the gigs were really horrible, is the feeling about doing this, being on classic grounds. You know, I mean, even here in the UK, playing like the Astoria for the first time, or whatever. I think we supported. I can't remember. No, actually, we were there in some kind of. We played with Machine Head many years ago. Yeah, I mean stuff like that. But of course, playing with other huge artists that been you know, big influence of the band, like AC/DC, as you said, and Social Distortion, of course. We've done many tours with Social Distortion. I think Social Distortion is one of the most important bands for me, at least, but because we have the same kind of crowd, and they've been really taking us under their wings. They invited us over to open up for them in let me see here, 96 or 97. To the States, and we only had the EP Knockouts before Total 13, and it was not even now. We brought like a suitcase of those CDs, right, EPs, and we toured with Social Distortion in Midwest. So it was us and I don't remember the other band. And I mean, but just by doing that, I mean, there was nothing in it for them, you know. We were totally unknown Swedish band without a release, and they're like, you know, we like these guys, come on. And then we've done many tours with them, two big, more American tours after that, having proper releases out. So and Mike Ness is a very is a role model for me in the way that I, when I was still far away from even having a battle with my drug and alcohol problems, I remember he being sober, and I was like, that's cool, you know. So I think he saw kind of like a little thing in my head, like, you know, well, maybe that's the way to go once you start losing track. So, yeah.
And one other thing quickly before we sort of wrap up, one thing I wanted to ask you, Nick, was anybody that wants to check the band out on social media, you've got Facebook and everything like that, Twitter for yourself and everything.
Is that the blue? I fucking hate that. Yeah. Well, but we have. Yeah, we have. We try to be. You know, you know, keep up to date when it comes to working with social media and stuff. And I think it's a good way for you know, I think, you know, bands in general to communicate, you know, with with the fans. But um, Backyard Babies, Facebook, Instagram. We got a website. We got yeah. You put it there.
Well, Nick, I know you guys are going to be on very shortly to sound check. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Really look forward to seeing you come back to the UK maybe later on in the year. Hopefully to hear the new album, maybe come back and talk a bit about the new album. Once again, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to chat to us. We hopefully look forward to seeing you later on in the year. This is Alistair from Underkill TV with the one and only Nick Wolf from the Backyard Babies. Thanks, Nick. Cheers.
Thank you very much.